What is up everyone? Today we're looking at AVAX and my price targets for AVAX for the month of May. First, let's take a deep dive into the fundamentals. Now in May, there's going to be some huge major token unlocks and releases occurring. Some of the smaller coins are going to be meme coin, Memeland. This is happening on May the 3rd. We're going to have $150 million of evaluated tokens being released, which is around 8.3% of the circulating supply. Then on May the 12th, we're going to have Aptos or APT at around $100 million of evaluated tokens, which is slightly less, just at 2.65% of the circulating supply. ARB is going to be a big one because there's such a huge community surrounding it, and when it did its ICO, which is going to be at around $100 million, which is still not a large amount, only at 3.5% of its circulating supply. Pyth is going to be the largest one at $1.25 billion, and it will be unlocking 2.13 billion Pyth tokens on May the 20th. Now, the most important one is going to be AVAX, as it is the largest coin on here. That's doing a $325 million token release on May the 22nd. Which is essentially going to be 9.54 million tokens, or 2.5% of its circulating supply. So, if you're not familiar with token unlocks, here's a brief rundown of what usually happens. The tokens will get released, the tokens enter the market, then the market reacts. There's only two viable ways the market reacts. Either way, we will always get a surge of volatility because there's more tokens entering the market. Now, the first way, usually the best way, if you're holding the coin or longing the coin or buying the coin, but just overall for the crypto community in general, the best way is that the market buys up the supply and we go up. Now, the second thing that can happen, and that usually will happen, is that the market sells and we go down relatively fast. Now, what happens is, the people that are holding, staking, from a while ago will get these tokens, and usually because the token has gone up over the period of time, they're gonna sell. Imagine you buy into something for $1, but it's locked. You're not allowed to sell it, you're not allowed to touch it for 2 years. After those 2 years, that is now trading at $30. You're most likely going to sell when you're able to sell it at $30. You made a 30x. So that's what we will usually see happen. Now, luckily, it is only around 2.5% of the circulating supply. It might be an immense amount of selling pressure, but as long as the community can hold together and buy up the dips, it should be okay. Now we're going to take a look at the daily transactions, which is right here, and the daily active addresses. You can see when we look at the charts, the dates will align with the price of AVAX. So essentially, once AVAX was pumping up, so was the daily active addresses, and then once we peaked at the yearly high at around $65, we started to see the decline, and we've been declining ever since. Now, we can use some sort of technical analysis here as well. Once we break through a certain high here, we'll be looking to head higher, and so will the price of AVAX as well. Daily transactions, we had a huge spike here. I don't know whether this was manipulation or a glitch, but relatively we've been at sub-million daily transactions. Now let's take a look at the chart and see how it's doing there. So on the chart of AVAX, you can see again we peaked at $65, which was also where the daily active addresses peaked, and then we've just been declining ever since. Now, the main issue on AVAX is that there's not been the most positivity online surrounding it recently, which obviously hasn't helped its price. We are luckily trading in this golden zone sort of on the Fibonacci, which is still allowing it not to jump and not to fall down as much as it was at these levels right here. So we are in this sort of accumulation phase, and the price I am looking for AVAX to head to is going to be around $30, which is round about exactly the 0.618 level on the fib. So what I expect is for us to come down here and possibly see some sort of reaction to the upside. Now, the first major reaction will be up to around 37, where we might see some sort of retracement. But overall, we should see us head up to around $44. And once we are able to break past this, it should be a clear-cut way to around $52, to $65, where we previously peaked this year. That's if the community is able to hold strong and not let this token unlocking affect it too much. So my sentiment right now is slightly bearish on AVAX. I do hold a good amount and stake a good amount of AVAX. However, this week I will be looking to sell a small portion of it into some other coins as a means to diversify before the unlocking. That way, it allows me to not be as exposed to the 10% expected drawdown, because right now we're at $33 and I expect to go to around $30. So I'm saving out on around a 10% drawdown, which is from my analysis, and it will allow me a much more efficient way to DCA in at these lower prices. Now, if you want to see my exact crypto portfolio and copy all of my team's trades, then join the Discord link below. We have been absolutely crushing it lately with a win rate of over 90% week on week. Check it out, join up. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.